Hi everyone, this is your reading for Saturday the 11th of February. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Bonefire Tarot for today's reading, which is a wonderful deck that I bought a couple of years ago. And the lady actually contacted me recently and she's doing another deck, or I think she's just doing a set of individual cards. And she put me into one of her new cards because she says that all the people who supported her and who used the decks and who love the cards, she's going to incorporate in her new images. So she put me into one, which I thought was really so cool. So let's have a look at what's coming up. So a big thank you, Gabby, for doing that. So let's have a look at what's coming up today. We've got the Lovers in reverse, we have the Emperor in reverse, and we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So, wow, okay. So we've got two major arcana cards. Before I go into the meanings of the cards, the major arcana cards are the first 21 cards of the deck, and they're really big themes in life. They're, death and love and stability and security and these big themes. The minor arcana cards are court cards. They're like the Five of Cups, they're the Seven of Swords. They're all the minor things, they're more the temporary things of everyday life that happen to all of us. So immediately before I just look at the actual cards itself, we've got the major arcana cards in reverse. So we're not looking at fundamental shifts of your life circumstances, we're looking at something much more temporary, much more something much more fleeting in nature, okay? So the Lovers, first of all, is about coming together with someone who you truly love and care about, and there's fire everywhere and it's burning and it's perfect balance and it seems like it's meant to be, and we've got diamonds and rings and apples and hearts and it's all just wonderful. That is in reverse. So you may feel like you're doing things on your own, by yourself, and you're not getting the support, or you haven't met the right person, and when is that going to happen, and it's always just you and your life is out of balance. That is emphasized by the Emperor, because the Emperor really is Father Time. He is the energy that is most representative of structure and security and routine and practicality and things being in place and being certain. He's a king. He's in charge, he's authority. And we've even got the red rose of passion and the white rose of wisdom. So it's about stability and maintaining that stability in life and being able to rely on your circumstances. So that's in reverse as well. So you may feel a little bit like you're out of balance. Things are a little bit out of... You may be feeling out of sorts in a way. You may be feeling like things aren't as routine as they always have been. And that's interesting because yesterday was about really being surprised and letting the universe surprise you. And here today, everything is uncertain now. Everything is open. Anything could happen. But it's not in a bad way. It's in a good way, because we've got the Knight of Wands, okay? And the Knight of Wands is fire and passion and love and romance, and it's really fun and doing something just for the sake of it and just because you want to and just because you enjoy it, and there's no real deeper meaning associated with it other than the fact that you're a human being and you have feelings and you have desires and you care and you engage with the process of life, and sometimes you just want to do something. Sometimes we all just put on some music and dance around by ourselves, and it's just about feeling alive and getting the blood pumping and just feeling like this is my body and I'm what's that thing from Seinfeld? I'm using my body like an amusement park. But it's important because we can't just be these creatures of habit and responsibility and doing everything right all the time. Sometimes we have to be in our feelings and really just go with what our heart and our guidance and our passions kind of tell us to do. Obviously not in an irresponsible way. If your passion is today to, wouldn't it be nice to do a line of cocaine, then obviously that's not particularly helpful. But a passion really that's helpful and healthy and positive. So it's an interesting day because everything is suddenly opened up for you. I really feel that your perspective is very different because you're not so yesterday kind of proved to you that things aren't as mundane and as banal and routine as you thought they were, and you feel a little bit more uncertain about things. Yes, you feel out of balance and you feel like you're doing things by yourself, and that if someone came up to you and said, what is the one thing that you would take with you to the desert island? You know, what is the one thing that you truly, truly love? You don't know exactly what that is, but you certainly have the opportunity to discover it and to find out and to get a note through the Universal Postal Service that says, this is what you love, this is what you desire. But to create desire and passion, you've got to create passion and desire. So do something that's fun and that's enjoyable just for you, and you will create more of the same. Like begets like, if that's a saying. I don't know if that's a saying, it might not be. What keeps drawing me is that he's got a fiery lizard in his throat. So he really is dying to just sing a song that has been channeled by the aliens. I don't know. But there's something that is just burning to come out of him. And he just really wants to express something really passionately and truly, and set the world on fire with his passion. So do that, okay? Even if it seems trivial and meaningless and pointless and just temporary and just like you're amusing yourself for the sake of it, why not? You know, amuse yourself for the sake of it. Put some desire into your life, and you don't know what that's going to set on fire and what else that's going to create. And it could be that one desire leads to the next, and that things become more passionate and creative, and that eventually that builds and builds and builds until you create the masterpiece and you end up building the pyramids. Who knows? But you know, if you're going to write an amazing book, if you're going to create an amazing artwork, you've got to feel something somewhere, and you've got to start somewhere. And if it's just a tiny little thing, and just having a moment during the day where you really let yourself go and you just say, this is really what makes me feel alive, then the cards are saying today that is really important for you to do. Number-wise, we've got 1, and the Lovers, I think, is 6. Yes, 6. So that's 7. And then we've got the Emperor, which is 4. That's 11. And 11 is the master number of service. Okay? So this may seem trivial, and it's like you're indulging yourself and you're just trying to amuse yourself. But 11 is about serving other people. So it's only by tapping into your own true desires, your own heart's desire, that you can really do something which is going to serve other people in a sense. You care about it, you put energy into it, it creates something, it makes something in the real world, and then other people can access it and benefit from it. And that's the way it works. You know, I'm sure Picasso cared about his pictures. I was in Vienna for Christmas, and we went to the Albertina Museum, and I saw this picture Picasso painted, like I think 2 years or a year or something before he died, and it just mesmerized me. I stood there for half an hour just looking at this one picture, and it's not a small museum. There were loads of things I could have looked at, but it was the one thing that really just touched something in my soul, and he must have felt something to create that because of the expression in the work. And that then served me because it showed me that I had certain feelings on that day. I understood that there were things going on in my life, and looking at that picture really put it in a different context, and it freed me. So he served me on that day, and he's been dead a long time, and he didn't even know that I was born. So there you go. So that's the way it works. So don't think about whether the service that you're doing is measurable or whether you can see it or not. It doesn't matter. It's about tapping into your own thing, and the universe is going to conspire with you to then have a positive impact on someone else's life. I hope you have a really great day. I really do. I hope you really feel alive and that you can engage with that whole process. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.